Okay, let's talk first briefly about the dashboard, about the main page. A bit about the menus we have. Of course, as the course progresses, we will dive into the details of each menu here. Let's start from the top. So here we will have a list of the sites we've built. Currently we have only one. So this is what we see my store. We can search, see various courses, sites for inspiration. Okay. Here we can hire the services of its professional. Of course, with this course, we don't need that. Here we can get help with any question we have. Upgrade the account, which we will also discuss. Search for features, apps, help. Yes? Inbox, in case we have various messages. Features, notifications. And updates from Wix regarding new features, new apps, and our account window, the profile. Here we can make certain settings, log out. The second part of the screen is actually divided into two, where there is the menu on the left side, and on the right side we have the main screen. So after we create a new site, the first screen we actually see is the setup screen, the settings. And Wix actually recommends you go through 7 steps and complete them all. Of course, it's not mandatory. You can start and continue them later. The first step, update your site type, we have already done. Of course, everything here can be updated. That is PIM. If we go to the end of the line, update a site type, we can edit. Okay? If we chose jewelry, we can change it. Of course, as Wix announces, we can do this at any time we choose. Let's stay with this setting for now. The second step that Wix actually recommends you to do is to connect the site to a real domain. Okay? Right now, as we build the site, we will occasionally want to see how it looks. We will enter some secondary domain of Wix, for example, with wix.com, my store. Of course, when we reach the final stages, we will connect the site to a domain and also to a hosting package. It's a shame to do this at this stage because the site is not ready yet. And here we are already forced to pay. Not much, but still pay. It's a shame to waste payment on the time when we are building the site. In the third step, set up your payment method. Here we can actually set up a payment method. Okay? The payment methods are essentially how we want the customers on the site to pay us. Okay? So Wix provides several ways. The first, of course, is via credit card. Wix uses IsraCard for businesses or Max for the connection. We will also talk about this after building the site. The second, simpler option is, of course, through PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, you can simply connect it here, and then the payments will go to your PayPal account. The same goes for Google Play via Transila, and of course, through Bit. Okay, this is also done by IsraCard, but again, it's simpler through Bit. And if you want, of course, cash payments are also possible. Let's return to the steps. The next step, Wix actually recommends that we add the first product. Okay? Of course, we have several lessons on the subject, because adding a product is a somewhat more complex process, and it's worth paying attention to what we're doing there, as it will serve us later on. But when we actually create an online site, Wix gives us some random products like a chair, a hat, a bag, a vase. Okay, just so we can see how it looks. We will play around with these products later on. So of course we won't go into how to add a product right now. We have several lessons on the subject. The next step is actually to set up the shipping options. Okay, here too, of course, we have a whole chapter on this topic. How we want to ship, the purchases that users make on the site domestically in Israel, whether they are in Israel or abroad. We can set different rates, different prices. The next step is actually the design of the site. Okay, this will be immediately in the next chapter. And the last step, get found on Google, provides you with tools to actually advertise this site on Google so that potential buyers can find you. Let's go through the item briefly. Of course, we will go through each section here separately. So, set up. You can always return to this page to complete more and more. 4 steps. Home is the main screen. Here we will actually see a summary of everything happening on our site. Right now we haven't done anything yet, so we won't see anything here. Getting paid. Here we can actually set payment options again, create payment links, generate invoices, view invoices, quotes, and other such items, sales. So here too, we can view sales made through the site, payments, or gift card sales. Catalog. Here we will manage the product categories on the site. Okay? And of course, we can set the inventory quantities for each product. Very, very useful for managing the store. Backing stock request categories in case a product is out of stock on the site. People can actually request to purchase or hold the product when it returns to inventory. And here, Wix actually allows us, if we don't have products, to do a kind of drop shipping, meaning to find products that are not yours and actually sell them. Like here we will manage the gift card and sales channels. After you have built the site, you can advertise the products on eBay, Amazon, TikTok catalog, and so on. PPS, a very interesting area. Essentially, Wix, as I mentioned, has a lot of features to offer, but not all of them, of course, already installed on your site. So if you need something you didn't find on Wix, you can go to the app market and actually find apps there, both from Wix. There are a lot of them out there. Very good apps there. One of them is accessibility apps that require you in Israel to actually add an accessibility feature to the site. So here you have such a ready-made feature. Site and Mobi, another amazing tool. From Wix, it basically allows you you built a mobile version. Inbox, incoming mail from users, leads. Here too we have what is called CRM, customer relation management. Here we can create various leads, see who contacted us, build some kind of plan, a loyalty program, create business email, business email, okay, view abandoned carts, Essentially, these are users who started a purchase and don't find a middle ground. There is a solution for that too. All about marketing. Marketing, Google Ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, email marketing, social media marketing, Ting, discounts, coupons, and so on. Of course, we will talk about this a lot. Analytics. At the end of the day, you want to see the site's performance metrics, how many visitors entered, where they entered from, at what times, ages, everything that Wix can provide you with is essentially given here. And the automations, again, a feature on which we will have a whole lesson through which you can use existing automations or build unique automations. And it greatly helps you in the day-to-day management. So until next time, Nathan.